You get to decide how much. You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all it will be is what's happening here, and the decisions we make in this moment, which are based in either love or fear. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous in respect, so we never dare to ask the universe. I'm saying, I'm the proof.
My life is too precious to waste it on broken promises. Prepare to be better, be careful with who you follow me. No matter what they call me, you just put your heart in it. You gotta give it how you got. Whenever you don't call it quits. Some things in life I couldn't fix. It takes out me, they make me stronger. Still gonna get the things I want. No matter if it take me long. If it's your fault, you just move on. They keep me out and left me alone. I never lost my love for you. My new beginning getting closer. Eyes closed and meditate. Feel my blessing levitate. Purge my mind from all the hate. My spirit's in a better place. I waited for the time to move, not easy, but I made it through. Patience helped me see the future. I just had to know the truth. It's time to know what's more to you. No longer have to live your life in doom. Stop living like you have a point to prove. Don't take what's bad for you and make it cool. Can't let the negative just
tell you to stay in your lane, all right? Let me tell you something. You've got one life to live. It's your birthright to try as many different things as you want. I get criticized for, trying this, doing a bit of that. I love it. It's what I'm here for. If you want to try something different in your life, go for it, all right? If you're a painter and decorator and you want to be a boxer, you try that. If you're an accountant and you want to be a ballet dancer, you go for that. That's your birthright, okay? I get criticized by people who stay in their lane that haven't got the confidence to try anything else. And that's boring. Do you know what I mean? Life's too short for that.
You don't know my potential, it's okay. I got you. I know you gotta never die. It looks so try. It's time to get to know myself. True peace is silence. I need to ride it. I will never fall. I can't deny it. This is not a song to blame, and it's from my mistakes. You a perfect mother. I will never show you hate. And I pray for you every day. There's no resentment in my heart. I want the best for you. I pray your vision take you far. Sometimes the choices you make. You don't welcome the changes. It's kind of hard to trust. You gotta watch it and hang it. It's like I'm starting over, but I'm used to this stage. The things I never wanna face, but I can't take it the same. It's like it's starting in place instead of falling apart. Never give up on your dreams, you gotta fall in your heart. It's best you take the time to know who you are. Don't be discouraged through the struggle, you will never know if you never start. So
there's a redemptive power that making a choice has, rather than feeling like you're at effect to all the things that are happening. Make a choice. Like you just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way. It's like it's water. It wants to move and go around stuff, So for me, I want to represent possibility.
Yeah. We live in this red room, man. We live in this red room, man. Again, this Monday morning, man. We live in this red room, man. And this word been on me, man. Hey, man. I want to thank everybody for tapping in with the dog, man, in the red room. I appreciate everybody tapping in with the dog in the red room. I've been dealing with this, and I've been dealing with this steadfastness. Being able to stand alone, literally. Standing alone, literally. Your strength comes from within. That's the only way you'll be able to stand alone, literally. People don't know they already possess the strongest ability to stand fast. People don't know that they already possess the greatest strength in the world. which is the ability to stand alone, which comes from within a person, within yourself. When you discover that you already possess the greatest strength possible, you're going to be surprised at the way doors start opening up. You'll be surprised on how things start to operate differently in your life. So basically, if you never discover this inner strength, this inner ability, you're really not giving yourself a chance. When you're alone on that journey, nobody by yourself, nobody by your side, and you just don't understand what's going on. You find yourself struggling with trusting the process until you get to your progress. You have to find yourself a sacred space. You have to find a spot where you can become one with yourself. Because it's an opportunity in disguise. And because you don't know that you possess the ability to stand fast on your own, you can't see it. So that means it's in disguise. Opportunity in disguise. So that's why that sacred space is so important. In one of my songs, I say, I put myself on the shelf. I put myself on the shelf. Simple fact. I had to become one with myself. I had to make sure the things that I was doing was okay with myself. I had to make sure the way that I was living was in line with self. The person within me, that's what I mean by self. So I put myself on the shelf. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't never really about being left alone. People scared to be left alone. People scared to feel alone. So it wasn't never about being left alone to myself. I knew I needed to be by myself to come into grips with myself. Because I wasn't fully sure if I was holding me back or if someone else was holding me back or if my circumstances was holding me back. So I needed to be alone. I needed to be alone so I could find myself, come to grips within myself one more time. That's stepping out boldly. That's being bold and faithful. Not knowing what my discovery was going to be on this journey. It's a long journey when you take a journey within yourself to try to get down to the core of the journey. I got a sign up that says, not all who wander are lost. Not all who wander are lost. When you wander, you're trying to find something. You're trying to find something, not even knowing what you're trying to find, but you're not lost. You're seeking something, which is a good thing. You're seeking for better. You're seeking for better. And once you come into one with yourself, you start to build strength. I told you your greatest strength comes from within. That's why when people make muscles, they always your strength comes from within. The greatest strength comes from within. The greatest love of all, like Whitney Houston said, loving yourself. So when you find out that your strength lies within loving yourself, oh, universe is in trouble. Hello, world. Once you find out that you have the greatest strength within yourself and you have access to this, whenever you get the picture, whenever you step out boldly in faith, trusting the process of the progress, uncertain of the outcome, man, the universe is in trouble. Once you stop believing in fear, because God don't place fear within us. The devil places fear. Fear is only based upon false assumptions, false accusations. False accusations, false assumptions. Now, how many times everybody got a Mr. Know-It-All, a Mrs. Know-It-All? Everybody. I know a few. A Mrs. Know-It-All, Mr. Know-It-All will give you the wrong type of information. He give you the wrong type of information, right? Not knowing that it's embedding fear. It's feeding fear, which coincides with boldness. If you had a spirit of fear, there's no way you possess boldness. If you possess the spirit of fear, there's no way. There's no way you'll step out your comfort zone. If you possess the spirit of fear, there's no way being judged won't bother you. If you possess the spirit of fear, there's no way you'll ever find your sacred space because you're scared of being alone. Amen. So you got to be bold in faith, man. You got to be bold out of your comfort zone. That's one thing about me. Everybody know I love to shoot ball. I love to shoot ball. And I play hard everywhere, especially at home, until I got old enough to know I should be able to go anywhere and play like me. I should be able to go perform anywhere like I perform, in front of anybody, against anybody, because I didn't possess a spirit of fear. It was in my heart. It was embedded in my heart that I was tough. It was embedded in my heart that I was a problem. See what I'm saying? So that's how I attacked it, actively, trusting and believing, even out of my comfort zone. I stood on what I believed. Not knowing as a child that I had already possessed the ability to stand strong anywhere. That was half the battle. It was half the battle, man. Knowing that I was born with this. To know that I was born with the ability to be alone. That's when I started being alone even more. I tell you all the time, I talk to myself. So I pay close attention. People say you crazy when you talk to yourself and answer yourself, but no, I don't think so, because that's that spirit within. That's your conscience. So you got to keep your conscience awakened. That's why you have to actively believe. You got to actively trust in your process. And it takes strength to stand alone, literally. When you're on that most important journey, finding self, understanding self, don't be afraid of being alone. Don't think you're being left behind. Don't think you're being left behind. Do not be afraid of being left behind. Do not be afraid of being left behind. Ain't nothing wrong with it. That's how you find yourself. That's how you find self. Alone. Ain't nothing wrong with being alone, people. It's an opportunity in disguise. An opportunity to find yourself. An opportunity to come to grips with yourself, man. When you find that, you become unbreakable. And I was wondering why I named my label the Unbreakable label. Not knowing that I was already going through my storm. Not knowing that I was already aware of my storm. Unbreakable label. Capability of carrying oneself. You're not unbreakable because someone always have access to you to help them throughout their storm. You're not unbreakable because you're always able to come through for the next person. You're not unbreakable because you are always able to hold the next person together throughout their storm. You're always able to give an encouraging word or do an encouraging act to help somebody else. No, that don't make you unbreakable. What makes you unbreakable is being able to stand alone. What makes you unbreakable is being able to hold yourself together throughout your storm. What makes you unbreakable? Being able to stand bold in your faith. What makes you unbreakable is when you can stand fast in the midst of your storm. In the midst of being uncertain of your outcome. In the midst of your messed up circumstances. That's unbreakable. Because if you know you got somebody on the hotline to call to help you throughout your problems, you ain't going through nothing on the other end. You don't have a problem. You got access to an answer. Somebody that's always there for you. That don't make you unbreakable. It kind of deprives you of your purpose. See what I'm saying? It kind of deprives you of your purpose because you haven't learned that you possess the ability to carry your own weight. It took me a long time to unhard my hearts about circumstances in my life, man. It took me a long time, man. Until I started being by myself, until I started waking up on the inside of me, until I started getting strong within myself. Every time I thought a friend let me down, it broke me. Every time I thought a friend let me down, it broke me. Every time I lost something, it broke me. So I walked around in fear. You feel me? So that explains why everything started bumping up and jumping up on me, because I was feeding my fear. Going against my grain the whole time. So now when you see me alone. Now when you see me, I'm by myself. I know my strength comes within. I'm not the baddest man on the planet, but nothing scares me. I know the outcome of what could happen to me. Feel me? I'm not blind to that. I know the outcome. But your faith comes within. Not seeing, not being certain of the outcome. So I walk boldly in faith in everything I do, man. In battle, I walk boldly in faith. In righteousness, I walk boldly in faith. If you saying something I don't agree with, I'm not going to agree with that. I'm not going to make you think I agree with that. Because you feed me something that's not going to help me. I can't allow that in my sacred space. I can't allow that in my sacred space. So I started telling myself, once you lose something, something coming in return. You feel me? So I instantly started hacking at that spirit of fear. And just because I'm bold in faith, my prize don't have to come tomorrow. Because I'm bold in faith, I don't really need my payoff right now. Because I know it's coming. And when it's coming, it's going to be on time. I used to ask myself all the time, why God ain't let me make it to the pros, man? Why he never let me make it? I never understand that. Why me? Not knowing situations that I was going through was making me not ready. The things that I was going through in my life with the people around me, the stuff that I had to go through and endure daily. It was building someone on the inside of me that wasn't worthy. Because the only thing I was thinking was get back. Only thing I was thinking was I hate. Because I never understood how a person could wrong somebody that never done nothing to them. That's why I was talking to one of my people, man. I was telling him, man, your upbringing plays a lot, man. in your outcome. Imagine life coming up being broken down your whole life. Imagine coming up being broken down your whole life. Imagine growing up and losing everything by the time it's time for you to stand on your own. It's something that has been embedded in now. Your upbringing leads you further away from your purpose, man. Your upbringing plays a big part in your path, man. Like I said, I always wonder why I never made it. I was mad at God for a long time, man. People used to ask me why you frown so much. I don't know. I don't think I'm frowning because it was first nature to me. Like I was broken. I tell you all the time, you don't know my story and I don't know your story. That's why I don't judge you. But I tell you, it was never a dream for me to wake up and have to go through what I go through. No, I had other dreams. But this is how it planned out. So I'm just dealing with the hand I've been dealt. That's why you got to put yourself on the shelf, man, to get away from all the iniquities, man. I'm still battling stuff from when I was coming up. But now that I know that I possess the ability to stand fast, stand firm, and stand alone, I know what was meant for me from the beginning to be back. Hello, world. I'll say that again. What was meant for me to have from the beginning to be back. If I find my way back to finding myself, I don't hold grudges, but I got hard feelings because it made this journey so hard. It made me have to withstand so much. It made me have to endure so much. And it took a lot out of me. It took a lot out of me. So I'm just not grasping the concept of being bold in faith. Knowing everything lost is gone. But being bold in faith and trusting even in uncertain situations, it takes a lot. And then not just believing in that, actually walking in that, walking in that. Even though you go through what you go through, even though you have to endure what you endure, even though you uncertain, man, be bold. Be bold, man. Be bold. Be courageous. Be courageous. Courageous is moving forward in the midst. That's courageous. It takes courage to go forward through a storm. When it starts pouring down raining and you can't see people pull over. It takes courage to keep on going through your storm, man. If you only know how much God loves you, you'll keep going. If you knew how much God loves you, you will keep going because they say God is a forgiving God and he can't lie to you. They say he's a man of all his promises, right? So if he tell me, if I stand fast, if I be bold in faith, trust my strength from within, There's nothing I can't do. Why not? Why not? I don't worry about other people's expectations of me because I can guarantee you my expectations of myself is way greater than what anybody expect out of me. Why me? Why me? See, I say, man, if God knew all the stuff I've been through in my days, why he picked me? So I did a little research, and it say God never picked the one that's qualified for the job. I'm gonna say it again. It say God never picks the ones that are qualified for the job. You know how you gotta put your resume, put that stuff on your resume and send it to these jobs, and they pick the people with the best resume. But it say God don't pick the one with the best resume. He picked the one that's not qualified, the ones that's far from ready, the ones to where at the end people look at you and have no other way. People look at you and don't doubt that there's a higher power. Oh, if he can do it for you, I know he can do it for me. And the only reason a person would say that because they know the story. They know the man. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of change. It only brings forth new life, man. It only brings forth another opportunity. I told you it's an opportunity in disguise. So trust boldly. Be courageous. Don't worry about being approved. Don't worry about your people accepting it. That don't matter. That thought right there always leads you astray from your path. It always blurs your purpose. So don't worry about what they say. They're gonna say everything that they can say. You just gotta stand fast in the process. Boldness. I see it. Boldness. Step out of your comfort zone. Let people know your story. That's God's proof. Let people see the works. That's God's proof. It only draws them near him, not you. You only the vessel of the message. Be bold in your circle, man. He said, if you're afraid of me in front of man, I'll be afraid of you up there. So be bold in your circle of influencers, man. Open your mouth when it's time. Like you take up for your partner when he's not there. Everybody ain't your friend, everybody ain't your partner. If you're not around, I'll hold you down. Don't let a nigga talk about you. You know what I'm saying? I don't needless to say the rest. You gotta speak up for it. I got a certain cousin. Every time I go around it, it's always conflict in minds. So I tend to avoid conversations with him. I tend to avoid conversations with him because it's idiotic to me to put your trust and faith in something that you just now have knowledge of. More to come on that. That's another story. But the enemy possesses the flesh. The enemy makes you fear. Fear lives within the flesh. Faith lives within the heart. Fear can burden your heart. So you have to be bold in faith with aggression. You know, you got to be bold in faith with aggression. Sound mind. And allow God to keep his word to you. Allow him to keep his word to you. Hold him to his word. Hold him to his word. Testify to the people. Let the people know let them know where you come from. Let them know your story. Tap into your strength, man. Tap into your strength. Don't let them stereotype your purpose. Don't let people stereotype your purpose. Don't let people knock you off your rocker. Don't let them make you think you won't make it doing something because they didn't. Be bold in what you believe in. Steadfast. Stand fast in the process of your progress, man. Fear thee not. Move forward towards fear. Showing the enemy that you possess no fear. Be bold in faith, man. Uncertainty of the outcome, man. Uncertainty of the outcome. Be bold in faith. Be bold in faith, man. Be bold in faith. Don't let nothing knock you off your rocker. If you believe it, you can achieve it, man. Just believe, and belief comes from within yourself. Your strength comes within self. Pat yourself on the back sometimes. Pat yourself on the back sometimes. Be active in your progression. Be active in your progression, man. Don't be afraid to stand alone. Change is the hardest thing in the world, but don't be afraid of changing, man. Don't be afraid of changing. Just know in advance. If you invest enough into it, it's going to show. If you invest enough into it, it's going to show, man. You can't straddle the fence now. You do or you don't. Be bold in your faith, man. Don't let the wicked fear you. Don't let the wicked place fear within you, man. It's going to interrupt everything that you got going on. Watch what you let in your circle. Watch what you take in. Even if it don't affect you now, eventually it will. So be careful what's around you. So you can be certain of what's within you. They'll make you doubt you. People will make you doubt yourself. Destruction waiting to happen. So be bold. Know the difference. Know the difference. Know the difference. Knowing the difference. Greater he that lives in me than he that lives inside the world. Even when things don't look right, stay grounded. Even when you can't tell the outcome of it, stay grounded. You got to be rooted somewhere. I told you yesterday, you got to be rooted in growth, because growth don't exist unless it's rooted. You got to start from somewhere. You got to start from somewhere, and I'm not talking about the seed. The watering of it, the daily nourishing of it, making sure the roots is rooted. Making sure the roots is rooted. That's where it started. Stay grounded. Deeply rooted into growth. Trusting the process of the progress to get to progression. Be allowed, man. Man, out loud with it. Out loud with it. Bold with it, man. I understand nervousness, but be bold on the other hand. Wholeheartedly knowing something gonna happen. Bold in faith. Standing on the business. Even if it's the unpopular thought. Stand on that thing. You know there's following, there's leaders, and you know people are quick to follow. So stand on that thing. When I started, I had no followers. Stand on that thing. I don't have 100,000, but I got more than none. Stand on that thing. They'll come. If it's better than them, they'll come. Even though. See, you got to start from somewhere. And maybe it's my purpose to be the root. I got a lot of things I can blame God for, but it don't matter. Because I'm not trying to stay there. A driven purpose. That just ignited the fire in me. I know that wasn't God taking me through all that, but I know that it was God that was building me through all that. I know it was the wicked that was attacking me even as a baby. Because the things wasn't right. And I was young, and I know it wasn't right. So that allowed me to at least trust in God. God, I know you'll fix it. I know you'll fix it. I don't hard my heart. I am human. But I learned to unhard my heart and just prep my heart. I invested a lot into my heart to be able to withstand even by myself. So I don't have that problem with God no more. I invited him in, I allowed him to show me some things. But you got to be in your sacred space for that. Matter of fact, you have to be broken for that. You have to be alone for that. That's the only way you come out. Being equipped to come out. If not, you're food for the world. I appreciate everybody tuning in to the Red Room, man, with the dog. I told you it get real up in here, man. It get real. It get real in the Red Room, man. I hope I don't lose no, you know what I'm saying, nobody behind it. Hey, look, man, it say I'll be left alone. So, you know, it won't be the first time. But I got to serve my purpose. I got to stick to my script, man, because our script not working. Our script not working. And like I said, it's easy to believe it, but it's hard to live it until you see it. So be bold in faith, and even though you can't see it, trust the process of the progress. Be bold in faith. Trust the process of the progress. You live in the Red Room with the dog, man. You live in the Red Room with the dog, man. Clorox bleach is 99% 9%. DNA results are 99.9%. Facts is the only thing that's 100%. Facts is without any opinion, without any, you know, a fact is a fact. Nothing changes it. I'm giving you the fact, man. Be bold in your faith, man. Be bold in your faith, man. Seeking you shall find, knock the door shall be open, man. Go after what you want. But be bold, man, because if you're not bold in it, man, it's for nothing, man. It's nothing if you don't believe it wholeheartedly, man. So be bold in faith. Still standing. Mr. STS. Still standing. See them two faces on that poster back there? That's another topic for another day. I appreciate y'all rocking with the dog, man. Tune in live in the Red Room with the dog. We're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it real in here. Salute.